Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Have a Podcast. Today's episode, episode 8, where basically Carson and I just shoot the shit. We just talk and we just say whatever is on our mind.
We did miss last week.
Twitch. What?
We did miss last week. So
yes, we did miss last week. But yeah, you can find Carson at twitch.tv/Explodicy. You can find me at twitch.tv/SmilingTiger.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome again. And we do this live, so if you want to join us, you might be seeing this on Carson's YouTube, which is, I believe, youtube.com/Explodicy, the same as his Twitch.
Branding.
But you can join us live at any time on Twitch. But anyway, Carson, how are you doing today?
I am all right. I'm currently on day 2 of my 3 days off from work, so I am enjoying myself. I'm having
you're gonna hate that 4th day. You're gonna wake up because this is your first job, right? Like your first real job. Yeah. I love how we say first real job because we don't count. Well, I mean, how acting, creating, or anything like that as a job.
No. I'm an abridger. What are you talking about? I don't get to make money off the shit I make.
Oh my god, my face is so red. Oh my god. Why is it so pink?
Oh
god. I don't know, but I look so pink.
But yeah, no, yeah. So I have 3 days off. 4th day, I think. I'm only working like 5 hours, so it's not like terrible.
And you already hate your job, so
no, I don't hate the job. I don't hate my job. I hate the people that I work with.
See, most of the time when I'm working, you work at a bigger place than I normally work at. I usually work in smaller spaces, smaller groups. But the people are usually what made it good for me. But I get you, because I did have a couple. So I guess today's podcast is mainly going to be about bullshit coworkers. I did have a couple people that refused to ever do their work. Ever.
Oh, let me explain.
My God.
So let me explain what I'm dealing with at work, just real quick. So we hired some new cart pushers. Right. So one cart pusher has a problem where within the first hour of his shift, and let me just say, you're not working 1 hour, you're working multiple hours at this place. You know, in his first hour, he exerts himself so much. For the rest of his shift, he's pushing like 1 to 3 carts, when everyone else is pushing at least 10. And he complains, I'm tired, or he'll sit down for 20 minutes each time and do like nothing.
16?
He's 17.
Oh, my bad. So far off.
Yeah.
I apologize.
He also just has this attitude that annoyed me. So we have an electric cart pusher that we use to help out. And he was like, I don't get why I can't use this. It's like, because you are a liability. It's like, well, my dad lets me use these big fucking like tractor shit. And I'm like, does your dad own the store? He's like, no. And it's like, then they don't give a fuck what your dad lets you do.
Yeah.
You're a liability. Yeah.
Literally, so many places could easily switch over to safer, simpler, whatever the fuck. And they're just like, no. Why would I do that? I have manual labor. I'm not gonna make it easier on you. Why would I spend money? No, fuck off. Why?
Well, to be fair, they spent money on buying us a new electric cart pusher because the old one broke. And so he like complains all the time. And it's like, when he doesn't do his work, that puts all of us at a disadvantage. Because literally, when you're working all day and the entire goal is you have to have all these carts in around by the time you close, our job is so much harder when someone's only pushing like 1 to 3 carts.
Oh yeah.
And then the other one, this is the one I have the most problem with right now. I don't talk to the one I just talked about because I don't want to have a conversation with him. I want him to do his job. However, this other one, so we get 15-minute breaks. Depending on how much we're working, we get, if I'm working like 5 hours, I get 1 15-minute break. That's it. That is my break for the day. And If I'm working 6 hours, I think I get 1 break and 1 lunch. This guy likes to take his 15-minute breaks and then disappear for an hour.
It's called that post-break bathroom break.
The problem is, he's just sitting in the break room. I've seen him do it.
I mean, at least he's not just, you know, doing a little you know,
the thing is like one time he did this, we ran out of carts, and so I'm rushing to put carts in. I nearly passed out with how much I was exerting just to get carts in, and he's gone for an hour, and my managers are like, where the fuck is he?
So I have a question. How much do you hate people
A lot.
that when they are putting their carts away, like in that thing, they make the effort to try to put their cart in there.
In the corral, yeah.
And what they do is they just slam it at like a 90-degree angle, so it just kind of cuts off everything else that gets put in there. And so what you have is like 3 carts together, 1 cart like in a weird fucking
And basically just makes it impossible for anyone else to put the carts in there.
It's so much better when the cart is like on your way out there, where you can just grab that and then just slam it in with the other stuff. Then when there's things that are already there, you have to pull those out, move the other fucking thing, push it in.
Oh yeah, no. Probably the biggest problem I have is people leaving the carts in the lot, not in the corral. Just on the street, on the road, in parking spots, in the middle of parking spots.
I mean, I've seen some people that actually are a bit more okay with it. I always put it back into the fucking thing and make sure that it's actually in place. But I've seen some people that are more okay with it if it's literally like on the way to the thing. Because I've seen like one person just grab it and then just, if it's only 1 cart, grab it. The other carts are already in, and he just pushes that into the other ones and then just grabs all of it.
Yeah.
I just, you don't know what's worse than any of that though. So I worked at GameStop for about 3 years. When a kid grabs a game,
yep,
and then they decide that they don't want that game, they've usually made this decision no longer at the same spot that they're at.
Yep.
And they've also checked out like headphones. They've checked out, you know, a console. They've checked out a lot of shit.
Yep.
I'm more okay if they just want to set that on the ground right fucking there than what I often see them do. I'm going to be nice and put these back. The game goes on the on the console thing. The console goes in front of the door that leads to the back area. This other game goes up in the Xbox section. Motherfucker, that's a PlayStation 4 game. Get the fuck out of there. And then this other game, I've seen them do this. They put the case behind another case. So when I'm scanning the store to see what the fuck needs to be put away and actually organized, there's a fucking case hiding behind everything else that does not fucking belong there. Oh my god.
Oh, that's awful.
Because I worked at the first GameStop that I was at was one of the busiest ones.
Right.
The second one was in the middle of a shopping mall area, though. So I had people coming in that did not belong there, because they didn't know what a game was. They didn't know what a store was, apparently. And they didn't understand that I'm not the fucking manager. Please leave me alone with this constant question of like, so what are the rules on this? I don't fucking know. I'm a seasonal worker right now. I don't know what's happening. I've been told
what's
to put
happening?
a
I'm
game
not.
away.
Who are you? I'm scared.
Or we're about to close 5 minutes before close. We're thinking, okay, let's just go ahead and close up. And then I see a car pull up. And it's like, oh, fucking piece of shit. Fine. And then I see him get out of the car, and I see nothing in his hands. I'm like, okay, he's just going to buy something. Then he goes around to the back of his car. goes to his trunk, opens up the trunk, pulls out 2 boxes of games to trade in.
Oh.
I want to close the goddamn store. Fuck off.
Oh, fuck.
Tiger is the manager. Karen's, I'll speak to your manager.
So I had a situation recently. So I don't know if I said it. I opened up a casting call for my Hero Tales Bridge series, right?
Yep.
Because there are voice actors that I don't have that I need to find. So I received one audition. One particular audition.
One where the person
Yeah. Did you see it on Twitter? Because I made a post about it on Twitter.
I think you made a post. I think you also may have made a thing on Discord where you got mad.
Yeah. Well, this is a time where I can really read you the email.
Oh God.
All right. So first
Don't
off,
out the person. Never out the person.
No. I'm not gonna say their name or anything. Of course, their name is a fucking avatar character, so it's not like I actually know their actual name. So in the document, the first page is kind of like the guidelines, you know, guidelines, and then you scroll down to get the characters.
Yeah.
This person did not scroll down. You want to know how I know they didn't scroll down?
Because they never did any dialogue.
Yeah. They named their thing. I don't know what character. Sorry, too new at this. Their name. It's like that. What? None of the dialogue that they read had anything to do with what I had written. Anything.
That sounds like something that I would have Leo do. Not something somebody trying to get a job in real life would do.
Sounds like an Azula. Hey, that's the avatar character. Their name is off. Yeah, sounds about right. So no dialogue. But the thing they do is they're like, well, I guess this is kind of like a demo reel stuff, and they just started talking about random shit. It started talking about how.
Did they even talk about voice acting?
Well, they showed off some voices they could do, but a majority of it was just. Yeah, well, I thought that like this would be like good because I didn't know what you wanted, or it's like, bitch, just scroll down.
Yeah.
And she just started doing voices, going higher, going deeper. I'm like, really? What the fuck? This gives me nothing that I can work with. And then
I don't know how deep I can go.
Not very far because knowing you.
I realized my mistake the moment that I said
your,
it.
Tiny penis. Oh, we're back.
Yo, dog.
So I want to read. So I got the email. There was nothing. It was just the file itself. So I sent this. I said, word of advice. Please read the entire document as if you scroll down, there are characters to audition for. Auditions like these, but.
Are you having a stroke?
No, I'm trying to read my own. I'm trying to read my own. I wrote this. So I wrote this when I was really tired.
Maybe there's a reason they didn't scroll down. No. You're having a stroke in your instructions.
I said auditions like these by almost anyone else will be thrown out if you would not be considered by that person. Try not to go off about things that do not involve the audition. I'm only interested in the actual lines read and not what voices you were capable of doing. Like, I don't care what voices you can do. I care about how you act. Well, one of the voices she did was all right for one of the characters I was looking for. The fact that she didn't read anything.
Yeah.
And I sent a second email, like 2 minutes later, saying, you are welcome to try again if you would like after seeing the characters available in the document.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the email that I got back?
Is it fuck off? Is it a fuck off email?
No, this is... Thank you for the advice. I would, but due to having dyslexia and ADHD and many other disabilities and mental issues, I have a really hard time reading. Not to mention the fact I always hated reading, and being forced to read more during the first week of school is making me hate more, especially with the workload of all core classes as GT and AP classes and the sleep deprived brain is lazy. But yeah, I'll read after maybe if I'm not passed out when I'm done with 7 pages of math, get an idea for a prototype toy for science, and make sure it's in the rules. Finish the easy about my LA teacher life for LA and make a map of the US.
So she was able to love you too. So she was able to write all of that though.
Yes.
She was able to write all that. So
Yes.
that wasn't a problem.
No spelling mistakes.
As somebody with ADHD and partial dyslexia.
And you want to know the kicker? We want to know the kicker? Want to know the kicker? Her sentence structure is perfect.
Exactly. Again, I have ADHD and partial dyslexia. Doctors have noted that I have a very hard time focusing, and the fact that I am able to read is a wonder to some of my old teachers.
That's
And,
news to me. I didn't know you could read.
Dude, motherfucker, I read Jaws when I was 7 years old. Fuck off. True story. I literally went from being the worst reader in class to I got Jaws and I fucking read it in 2 weeks when I was 7 years old. That was not a book a 7-year-old should read.
No,
and you want to know what I followed it up with?
I have that. That's 1,000 pages. Dear God.
But anyway, like, that's not an excuse. And when I was in school, for my bachelor's and my master's, I was putting in about 50 to 60 hours a week on school alone, with 20 to 30 hours of YouTube and work.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck off with not having enough time. If you have this as one of your goals, you put in as much time as you fucking can. And you actually try.
Honestly, I was very nice, very professional. But God, did I want to send an email saying you're not going to make it far in this business.
Especially if you don't want to read.
That is like
I want to be an actor or a voice actor, but I don't want to read. Literally, your job is to read things aloud. That's your job. That's what you fucking do.
Do you see where the problem is?
My God.
It hurt to read that, and I was just like, that's not how that works. You don't just get to say, I don't like reading.
Oh my God.
What do you think happens when you get a script?
Well, you look at the pictures and you go
there
off
are no
the
pictures
vibe.
though.
You go off the vibe, man.
It's
you
all
go
lines.
off the vibe.
There are no pictures. I don't put pictures in my script.
The vibe that the paper gives you, man.
To be fair, there are people that actually put pictures in their script, so you have an idea of what the scene is. I don't do that. All of it is just dialogue because no one else is editing this other than me.
Yeah, I mean, gonna partially out myself here. I am so fucking lazy when it came to the radio script stuff. I looked back at my old radio script for the Fallout radio. I put in so much work, so much effort, and then I look at what I just did, and it's just like, here, let me bring it up and then put it on stream real quick. Where the fuck are you?
My stream you won't be able to see it because fuck you guys.
So hold on. Oh wait, no, fuck off, Microsoft. I don't care if you're not the first.
No, but yeah. So that was the situation. That was the situation I was in, and since then I've gotten like a couple more auditions. Not enough to like be like, oh yay.
So this is literally what I have, because I want it to mainly be just improv to an extent.
Yeah, not a lot.
Just with certain actual control.
Not a lot.
But yeah, no, this is
It's not a lot.
And my old stuff is like fully done in a very professional way, because I went for my master's in creative writing for film and games, and like I know how to do the act and the person walks into the room, they look down, and then person die. Like, I know how that format goes. I know how to do that. I didn't want to.
I don't know. It kind of just put a bad taste in my mouth, because I was just like, really? Really?
When somebody's not willing to do like even the most base effort.
It's like, it's not hard. It's literally just read the thing. All right, did you read it correctly? Good enough for me.
Yep. No, it's a thing where I've had times when I was when I was the manager at Hidden Key, an escape room, there was somebody that had come in that was just like, you know, they're a great person, they seem like fun and everything, but when I started to go over some of the stuff that they were supposed to have read about escape rooms, they didn't do that. They're like, oh, I don't know, I didn't read that stuff. I just didn't want to read that. And I'm just like, well, you seem like a great person. You seem like you do the job well.
Yeah.
But the fact you didn't read this stuff for this interview, you're out. Like, I don't give a shit. If you aren't willing to put in the base effort to get the job, why should I expect you to do the base effort to do well at the job? And that's one of the situations with the person that you just had. Basically, they may have had a good voice, but can you trust them to actually keep up with everything?
Yeah.
And that's probably a no. Sadly.
It kills me. It kills me so much sometimes, where I'm just like, come on, it wasn't that hard.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Ugh. I don't know. That was just my bad experience with that, and it's like, that doesn't always happen. It's not like a constant thing. It's just when it does happen.
Yeah, it sucks.
I just cannot handle it.
It sucks. It absolutely sucks.
Never in my life if I just wanted was just like, I hate everything you do, and yeah, it's made it to the point where even if they try again, nah.
Yeah,
that person's not getting anything from me.
If you're automatically coming up with multiple excuses and whatnot and trying to like play, I don't know if it's the sympathy card or guilt tripping or anything like that, but the way that they went about it is the
best part is they're making excuses for a fan project.
Yeah,
these are the excuses they are making for a fan project. Like, what the fuck? I'm not like dubbing an actual anime.
Yeah.
God,
that's another thing some people don't seem to realize. When I was talking to one of my friends about the Fallout Radio thing, and I'm just like, different characters, I'm trying to come up with them and everything. And they're just like, oh yeah, so how much money are you planning on like making from that? I'm just like,
none.
What? Yeah, how much money? Fucking nothing. Like, people can donate. I might set up a Patreon and include that partially, but nothing. Literally fucking nothing.
We're not allowed to make money off it.
Like, he's just like, oh, Bethesda isn't helping you? No! And I will say, to their credit, they do know that I'm a game designer. They know that I went to school for it. So I think they thought that I actually was like working with a gaming company. My God. But I'm like, no. This is a fan project.
The one thing that sucks about me being an abridger is I've basically blacklisted myself from actual like studio work, because in Japan, because their copyright laws are very different from here in America. Because we have a thing called fair use, and abridged series ride on that parody line where it is parody. So it's technically allowed, though YouTube is just like, what the fuck is parody? So
it's because there's a certain line that's being drawn. It's like the same thing of doing Let's Plays where you're using somebody else's images.
Yeah. So
it gets to the thing of how much is allowed.
Yeah. Even though there's an abridged series definition, there's an actual abridged series definition. So what happened is, now that I'm connected to abridged stuff, and I don't really, say like, oh no, I'm not connect, like I don't hide it. I don't hide that I'm connected to this stuff. But with the people who work in the industry now, they don't allow that kind of shit. Yep. If I try to get a job in a dubbing department, I'm kicked out immediately. I'm fired for it.
That's why one of the things that hopefully can help is other side projects like the Fallout stuff, because it's the exact same thing that I have most of my work for writing, for journalism.
To be fair, if I start voicing in your games, I can put that on a resume and be like, hey, look, original stuff.
Most of the stuff that I've done for official people,
until you're like, hey, Carson, so I found out you worked on you made some abridged series.
Wait, you've made it an abridged series?
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta let you go. I gotta find someone else.
But no, like all of my past work was literally in the adult industry type stuff. The games that I would often beta test and help people write were adult themed games, sex games. The journalism stuff that I would do, I was one of the few people that accepted jobs for like a BDSM website and wrote a bunch of articles about the different things of BDSM. And all of that stuff. I can't put that on my resume.
The thing is, it's like there was a bunch of drama that went around the abridging community. There's been a lot of drama in the abridging community recently because apparently we're all high school children and can't get along.
Well, I mean,
so what happened was this professional voice actor came out and was like, what?
Check just put down. Yo, you beta test sex games? Yo, Tiger, can you put in a good word for me?
Oh wow. So this actual voice actor came out, was like, basically said, if you make a bridge series or even do fan dubs, you'll never get hired. Blah 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 blah. It's like, never post them because you are this horrible person. You'll never be a voice actor and blah, and literally got a bunch of backlash for it. And then when they proceeded to make a claim of like expanding on what they were saying, it was, I'm not doubling down, but I'm also doubling down.
I gotta love it when they do that. I gotta love it.
So they took it back, but also didn't take it back.
Let me make an apology, non-apology. That actually makes everybody more pissed off.
I don't know what happened to the voice actor. I haven't heard from them since.
I mean, seriously, all you need to do is just look at, and admittedly, they're arguably the top tier of it, but still, Team 4-Star.
Team 4-Star got kicked out of the Dragon Ball Z Kai dub they were in. So in Dragon Ball Z Kai, they voiced. Do you remember the part in the Cell Saga where there's that play where it's like big-headed, like Goku and Hercule saves the day and all that?
Yeah.
They actually voiced in it in the DVD release. They voiced the characters and they did their they did their abridged voices. Well, Japan found out and they were like, "No, fuck that! Get that out of there!" And their audio was cut.
Jesus.
And they used the Z dub for that.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is because Japan is very Japan is very protective of their content.
Yeah.
Like of the stuff they make. And I mean, it's not like they stopped working at Funimation. They've done dub work.
Yeah.
Before and like since. But it's just a thing of like, what the fuck has this become? And then there was a bunch of drama because a group in abridging made another abridged series, which to be fair, I agree with. They make way too many. They have about 20 abridged series right now.
Jesus Christ.
And the problem I have with it, and this is me on record for the first time, like explaining why I have a problem with their work ethic. They make a content and they're like, at the early time when they started, I actually enjoyed their content. Like, I actually liked the content they were making. Then they started doing more. and more and more. And then it got to the point where it's the exact same abridged series they're making, just a different coat of paint. The writing has gotten so bad, it's the same character tropes. You know, the stupid
same jokes, same
replayed. Jokes. Same jokes, just made in a slightly different way. There's the stupid main character. There's the buff guy who may or may not be gay, but you'll never know. There's the boss who doesn't give a fuck about his team, his or her team, and they're just like this cynical, jaded piece of shit where they're just like, ha, you're sad? Ha, well, cheer up, bitch. And then everyone's favorite character, girl.
Yeah.
And there's girl, and I can't handle, like, I could quote multiple things from their early work, and now I'll watch something and I'm just like, really? And the person I'm talking, the people I'm talking about, Schmuck Squad, there it is. I've said their name, and now I blacklisted myself from ever working with them. I don't give a fuck.
I don't think I've ever seen any of their stuff, so
don't. It's not good. And it's a shame because the person who runs the entire channel, Grimjack, great dude, really nice dude. You know,
just stale writing.
It's just he's a really nice dude. It's just the people he has working with him, not that good. It's the same stuff over and over and over again. And the problem,
I have to say, as a writer, that's one of my biggest fucking fears when I was writing, because I have 2 shows that I want to eventually make.
Yeah.
I have one of them literally has 3 full seasons, 22 episodes, fully written out, fully fucking done. They are ready to go. And then I started to make another one. They're fairly different in feel. One's a medieval fantasy type, one is a modern supernatural type. But I started to realize that I was occasionally doing like
the same tropes.
The same tropes, so I had to be very conscious of limiting that.
And the problem is like they keep adding more abridged series. They keep adding more and more and more.
And that's what you should not do.
And
if you're having stale writing, stop, focus on what you got.
They just don't. And the problem is like they've had other ethical issues that I've had, like one of their brand manager. So they already have a Patreon for like their main shit and stuff. Their brand manager decided, well, this will be a good idea. Made his Patreon a gaming Patreon for their gaming channel. They had 2 Patreons.
See, when I make my Patreon, I'm only having one Patreon. It's gonna be literally for the different tiers will have to do with different things that I do, from gaming to Twitch to creating stories to the radio to all that shit. But it's gonna be one fucking thing. It's not gonna be, here's my radio Patreon.
And then there was another,
here's my gaming Patreon.
Yeah, and then there was another issue where they put out a public casting call for a new series they were making, obviously. One Piece abridged. Which I can tell you, they say they're gonna do the entire show. They're not gonna do the entire show. They're gonna stop after 1 or 2 episodes if it doesn't get the views that it needs. I mean,
that's a little fair. Just never promise that you're gonna do the entire thing until.
Yeah. The problem is they make so many pilots, and that's where I have the issue. And it's like no one stops them. No one stops any other abridger from making content they've made, but it's just,
yeah,
it fucks with the algorithm itself, because schmucks get, boosted up in the algorithm because they're making all this content. So they did their fucking whatever. They were like, hey, we're doing a One Piece abridged. Here's a public casting call. Please audition and stuff. So a bunch of people auditioned. You want to know who got roles?
Friends.
Yeah, people who already worked for their fucking group. People who already worked for their fucking group got cast.
Yep.
No one. Here's the thing. I would not have had a problem with it if one person that was not part of the group got a role. Not just one person.
Yeah.
But no, everyone. Literally everyone.
if you're gonna do a casting call, do a real casting call.
I make it a point where if I'm doing a public casting call, the people that I already know and already work with are like not my priority. I want to see new shit. But they just cast the people they already worked with, and then they got a bunch of slack for it and all that. And it was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, why the fuck? And then the main character, the voice actor for their main character, fucking quit. They fucking quit. They're fucking 7 Deadly Schmucks, 7 Deadly Sins abridged. Their main character fucking quit. And then one of them, oh, it was so great. One of them was like, imagine quitting right before getting fired. It's like, bitch, they were not going to fire him at all.
Yeah.
They were never going to fire him because guess what? He was probably the best fucking character in that show. They were not going to fire him.
There
are certain people I just have issues with, and here's the thing. Here's another thing. If you're getting called out for something, and you're supposed to stay silent, like, you know, your group is getting called out for something, if you don't want to get involved, stay silent. Stay silent. Don't make reference to it. Do not do anything, because all you're going to do is just draw more attention to it. One of their people who is known for speaking his opinions and saying things that he probably shouldn't. He's gotten into multiple Twitter fights. Oh, shut up. he's gotten into a couple Twitter fights over stupid shit that no one cared about. Doesn't affect him in any way. I saw a tweet about it, and this is soon after like this entire thing of people being like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you keep making shit? He said, yeah, I'm just gonna stay out of this one. Why would you fucking tweet about it then? Yeah. Don't say anything. You are purposefully bringing more attention to it, which is causing people to want to hear your opinion. Do not say shit.
That's how you go about it, and then you quit, and then you talk about the toxic environment later, and then your name goes viral, and then look, you got new job offers, you got new fans, and you were able to leave a burning building. That's how you do it.
And here's the thing. I got my own problems with fucking abridging groups, just personal work experience with one that I've been a part of. But they are doing everything wrong. And again, I don't have a problem with a majority of the people in the group. But it's the shit that they do. There are just some shit that they do that just really pushes my buttons. And you know what? Who gives a fuck what I say, you know? At the end of the day, I'm not this popular content creator. You know, I'm sitting around at like 800 some subscribers, and my abridging content doesn't get viewed often. You know, like, who gives a fuck about me? But I am seeing this on the outside, and I'm just sitting here just like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Why the fuck did you think any of this was a good idea?
This is one of the reasons why, as I go through things and I see certain things that I do actually be somewhat successful, some things that I do not be successful and whatnot, I think, and I'm just like, well, this thing was successful with these people. Should I continue to do that stuff? And what happens if things fall out? For example, when I did Twitch, back at the start of the year, you know, our friend group.
Yeah.
It was solid. I was averaging around 8-10 views. Which for somebody that had just started Twitch like 2 months before was not bad.
Oh, yeah, no.
And like I was doing well, and then everything went down. Do I continue to do stuff with those people to keep on to those fans, or do I, you know, say, you know, this is an actual bad situation, I need to leave them?
Yeah.
And you should always do the thing that's best. Not so much for your viewers or for viewership, but what's best for you, because too many times in the work business, you stand by a friend or you look the other way to certain things that friends are doing, and you will eventually get caught in the crossfire. Don't ever, ever, ever see your friend doing something fucked up and just be like, I'm just going to ignore that and continue working. No, because eventually that's going to fly back in your face, and it's a bad thing to do.
No, it's just a situation where, and I know when this is posted, like if people start finding it in the Origin community and they start posting it everywhere, then I'm gonna get on blast because I spoke my opinion. And you know what? I may end up getting blacklisted from the Origin community. That shit may end up happening. But
you'll always have a place in my radio show. It'll be tied up.
Oh, Jesus. But at the end of the day, and I guarantee you, like, this isn't going to be the last time I talk about this kind of stuff, because if I end up leaving the current group I'm in, I'm going to have some shit to say, The only reason I'm keeping my mouth shut is because of PDW.
Yeah.
That is, like, I could go on and on and on about the shit I dealt with at the group I'm a part of, and the only reason I don't is because of PDW, because that's the only thing that I have control of.
I honestly thought that PDW was yours. I honestly thought that Fat Dog was yours.
No, Fat Dog's not mine.
Because when I looked at the Patreon, they have your name there like 3 times.
No, yeah, no, it's.
I didn't see anybody else's name.
No, it's not mine. I was a. Sorry about that. Yeah, my little brother got a trumpet, so he's messing with it. So, like, I used to be an editor for them for Log Horizon Abridged. I guess this is where I kind of go off on my little rant. I got fired.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't get fired the actual way I should have been fired.
They just didn't tell you.
They didn't tell
until
me.
You said that you were going to do something, and they're like, "What?"
Yeah, and they're like, "Wait, you don't edit." And I'm like, "Excuse me, what?"
Yep.
And then he calls me. The owner of the channel calls me and apologizes for it. I'm like, that doesn't make it okay. Like and I mean, there's one person at Fat Dog that I have probably the biggest problem with. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, play it again.
Yeah. So sorry about that. Oh my god. Yeah, my little brother's having fun. Yeah. So what happened was this person would constantly, and I'm not going to name names, he knows who he is if he ends up finding this. He would constantly
sounds like a depressed elephant.
Oh my god.
Just power through it. Power through it.
It's hard to.
Power through.
So what happened was he constantly would threaten to take me off an episode I was editing and give it to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
There's evidence of this, of him doing it on stream, live, in front of people. Like, what the fuck? And he's like, and he goes over, it's like, I'm just a blunt person. I just don't care. It's like, okay. It doesn't stop you from, doesn't give you a pass for being a bad person. And putting stress on me that I did not need. You know what I mean?
So when you're in charge of people, one of the things that you absolutely need to do is realize you can't be blunt to them like you would be to one of your friends.
Well, he treats me. He doesn't treat me like a employee.
But you are.
Yeah, and in certain situations,
speaking, you are, which is why whenever you're in a situation, which is why it becomes so hard when you go from a friendship to an employee. You need to understand that when you're talking about work, when you're talking about getting things done, you have to treat them like an employee. If you tell them, get this fucking shit done right now, or I'm gonna fucking fire you, no, that's not how you talk to an employee. You bring up the situation, you keep it in-house.
You don't do it live in front of fans.
The only time that I would ever do something like that is if somebody did something so egregious that I can't ignore it.
Oh yeah,
but that is an extreme that I've never had to deal with. I will say, someone in our group that sometimes makes me want to, but that's a different situation.
Yeah.
It's fucking. I was lucky that the people that I was managing were generally good people. So I didn't have to be a dick. But every single time I was called in for my yearly review or anything like that, the owner would always say that I was praised by all of the employees. And the reason for that is probably because I did treat them like a friend when I was talking to them. But when it came to work stuff, I was kind, I was polite, and I would ask them nicely.
Well, I mean, he got what he wanted.
The only person that I wouldn't was someone that was my actual, like, friend. We would hang out outside of work and everything. So when he fucked up, I'm just like, you fucked up, man. The fuck's this? The fuck's going on over here? But I knew where the line was. Yeah, and I didn't do it in front of customers.
Did I tell you the exact reason why I was let go from editing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever said this to anyone that like is a fan of them. So I was let go.
The only thing I've ever watched is the wrestling.
Yeah. So I was let go because I didn't work fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
They told me that they said on record, we just want to get it done. We don't want to do this anymore. We just want to get it done. And it's like, one thing is, I get it. Like, I get you don't want to be like doing this anymore, but I mean, you had a specific end and stuff. Problem I had at the very end of it all was it just seemed so disingenuous that they just did not give a shit. They weren't being upfront about their audience, being like, yeah, we're trying to get this done because we want to focus on our content. No, they're just going on about how, oh yeah, we're gonna get this done and it's gonna be great, and it feels so disingenuous that I just cannot stand by and just be like, oh yeah, this is fine, because it's not.
In all honesty, if you as a creator ever hit the point where you're bored with what you're creating, I would, as a fan, obviously, like for example, Team 4-Star.
Yeah, Team 4-Star stopped.
They built it up and everything for the next thing, and then they just said no. But I, as a fan, am much more respectful to the company, to the group. If they come out and say, guys, we've lost our passion for this. We don't want to do this. It's literally turning fun into a chore that is a pain to do, and it's showing in our actual work.
And they're not doing that. They're just trying to stop. They're just trying to go like, well, we'll get it done, and then that.
And that's when you fucked up.
That is where I'm just sitting here, just like, I cannot support this. I can't support this. And for them, I have been working on an abridged series that at this point, I don't want to bring out anymore, because I don't want that associated. Because I guarantee you, when I try, one of them that's very controlling person will end up trying to take over, and I cannot handle that. I have told them, if I bring this, I'm doing it on my time, not your time.
Yeah.
It's done when it's done. I'm not going to do this monthly fucking release that they had on their schedule. They were like, we're going to get an abridged series episode done every single month. It's like, the fuck?
Yeah. It's a thing where... And you don't get paid like a great amount.
I got paid $100 per episode.
That's
$100 per episode. Here's the thing. I didn't edit any other thing. I only edited that one thing, and that didn't come out every single month. There were months in between. I was paid $100 per episode.
How many hours would you put into that, would you say, per episode?
How many hours?
Yeah.
So,
like, for example, it takes me about 3 hours to create a music video.
Let's use Hero Tales as an example. Disregarding any sound editing, because they didn't let me do sound editing. They only had me edit visually. I'd say I would work a total If I wasn't rushing, probably say around 36 hours, maybe more.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit. That's the type of money that you should expect if you were doing it on your own private situation, not under the rule of anybody else.
Yeah, 36 hours.
But demanding and threatening to fire somebody for paying them $100 for about
it wasn't the owner.
Hours of work.
So here's the thing: it wasn't the owner that was paying me that was doing it. It was the person under him that was writing the episodes. Because he was in charge of everything going on about it, and you know what? Here's the thing: no matter how slow I was, I delivered.
Mm-hmm.
I always delivered on quality. I'm not this person that like.
Did.
Oh my god, I'm not this kind of. You've seen my work.
Yeah.
I don't like take any shortcuts.
Yeah.
I take pride in being like, oh yeah, I've gotten this done because I created so much shit. I took scenes that didn't fucking exist and I made them work.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just became a issue where I just didn't feel like I was being appreciated by the time.
Rose, how you doing?
And it wasn't a situation where I was barely called Carson or Explodicy. For the first year or so, I was called. So here's the worst part about Log Horizon that I'm gonna let you know. Log Horizon runs solely on references as their jokes, and never anything original. Their biggest joke, their biggest character, came from 2001: A Space Odyssey, named Menu. And guess what? He's fucking Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey. And he calls everyone Dave. So for the first year of working there, I was called Editor Dave, and solely Editor Dave. I was not called anything else.
Can I just call you Dave?
No.
From now on. Okay, hold on. I just need to hold on real quick. Hold on.
Oh no, don't you
good.
fucking dare. So that's what I was called, and for a while it just fucked with me, you know? I didn't feel like I was a part of something. I just felt like I was a necessary thing. That fucked, like, I didn't say anything, but it fucked with me mentally.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was less than a person.
Yeah.
I was just an editor. That was it. I wasn't this personality. I wasn't this person that could, make jokes and have fun. No, I was an editor. That's it. That's all I was to them. And I was treated like shit.
Yeah.
And you know what? At the end of the day, I don't care if they know how I feel. I'll fucking say anything that I want. If they don't like it, then oh well. They fire me. Oh well. Guess what? I'll just rebrand PDW. Get rid of the people I don't need. Yeah. And
in all honesty, most of the people that seem to go and watch it are just fans of yours in general. So
no, a lot of people that watch it are fans of Fat Dog, so they'll probably won't follow. But I'll just build up my own.
Oh,
I'll just build up a whole new fan base.
I mean, that's fine.
And here's the thing: with how many people are in the server, I have no problem making a whole new roster.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing stops me from doing that.
By the way, sorry, Classy, for not waving. I thought I did this, but I may have missed it.
But
and Rose, he's doing okay. It's an on and off day situation.
But
so some good days, some bad.
He's talking to his chat. But at the end of the day, it's not hard for me to go off and do what I want. I can rebrand PDW easily. I can remake the titles. Guess what? I own the game. Nothing stops me from doing that. I'll just get rid of some of the fucking people I don't need.
Mm-hmm.
And if
it's a situation where honestly it comes down to what's best for you, depending on the situation and whatnot, and hopefully it gets better, obviously. And again, I don't understand some of the people that run things, because some of the people that run things are fucking full-fledged adult. I'm 28 now. I'm turning 29 in a couple months.
Mm.
I'm past the point of being able to say I'm still learning. I'm still a kid.
Yeah.
I can't say that shit anymore. There are people as old as me and even older than me that try to act like, well, you know, I'm still learning how to be a fucking kind human being. Like, what the shit?
Oh, the guy is in his 30s. Guy's in his 30s that treats me like shit. Treats me like shit, and he's in his 30s, and he's like, and he just says, and he's just like, oh well, I just don't care about other people's feelings. Cool. Then when gets to the point where someone kills themselves, that's on you. Well, and you probably won't give a shit.
I just gotta say that is some true small PP power right there, because the people that I've generally met that have been major assholes, it's kind of amusing looking back at some of the people that I was friends with. And then when there's like a breakup or anything like that, and I'm just like, they're just a straight up asshole. They don't seem to care about anybody. And it's like revolution. It's consistent throughout every single time. Yeah, and he's got a small dick. I'm just like, okay. Like,
yeah. That's just my experience from it all.
There's something about like an internal self-hatred that makes them not care about anything. You are out of focus. Oh my God.
I always am out of focus because my camera doesn't like the focus.
Like, I hate all of you, but I'll treat you nicely when you're working with me. You know, usually. Yeah. Like, when we do the radio thing, I won't just say, Carson, you fucking suck. That was a bad take. You would
totally say that. You would totally say that.
No, I wouldn't.
Only to me specifically.
No, all that I would do is this. When you start doing a bad take, just stop. just hit you with that. Like Silence said, if you don't give a shit about other workers, then why do you have this job still? Like, if you don't give a shit about the people that work for you, the people that work with you, you shouldn't work there.
No. But that's
you'll be Jeff Bezos.
That's the stuff I work with, and he doesn't do anything for the channel anymore. He writes the episodes. That's it. And then he goes streams on his own channel, which he's basically like, hey, give me money because I don't have enough to pay bills. Oh,
well, I mean, that's what I do.
Yeah, but do you solely streaming as your revenue?
No.
You get for your month to month?
I mean, I make games. I mod.
Well, what I'm saying, but do you know what I mean? Like, do you use streaming as your month to month?
No.
That's what he does.
I don't make month
to
month.
Streaming is his month to month.
I sell my body on the corner.
But
subscribe to my OnlyFans, please.
I don't know. I apologize. This podcast has just kind of been me ranting about things that have been fucking with me recently.
But yeah, no, it's a situation, Dave.
Oh, I swear to fucking God.
Where
you motherfucker.
Where some people are just dicks. There was one stream that I was watching that was absolutely hysterical to me, where a person was ranting continuously. He just like, I don't understand waiters and whatnot, like tips. Why do you gotta tip? What the fuck is wrong with the people that go around like expecting others to make the money for them, to expect
they don't get paid.
others to give them money to do that stuff? Like, you shouldn't expect that. Why are you asking other people to give you money for just menial stuff where it's not even much of a service? And his own friend in his chat that he was playing with is just like, aren't you a fucking streamer? Like, and he was streaming and had just asked earlier to buy his merch and to subscribe to his channel.
Like, bro.
I'm just like, in all honesty, I'm much more likely to give, $10 to a waiter than a streamer.
Yeah.
Like, I may subscribe, I may donate a bit, but I am much more likely, anytime I deal with a waiter, I'm gonna give them money. Not every time I deal with a streamer am I going to give them money. That's not how that goes.
Oh.
Oh my god.
That's just a
I hate
shit.
people that stream just for money and not for the people and their enjoyment of watching you doing stupid shit for the sake of doing stupid shit. Yeah.
Why are you calling me out like this, Silence?
Because you're stupid. Some streamers, in all honesty, like, I hope that I'm able to. I don't ever expect Twitch to be something that I can live off of.
Yeah.
But I do hope that it, along with the mods, along with the games, along with everything else that I do, that I can make a living off of it. Get a home, get out of debt, start a family, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, more than just, you know, our cats. But because we are turning 29, and we want kids eventually, so you know that.
You as a father.
Did that come off as humorous or creepy right there?
Both. Or angry. It could have also came off as angry. You got really mad.
It's your new baby boy.
Dad.
Start growling.
I just fucking come in just like with a collar. Wait, he's gone rabid. Give me a moment. No, come on, Jason. Back to the vet you go. Come on. He'll be fine. Just need need us to sedate him.
I don't ever expect though that just one of those things is going to be able to make it. I'd love it if my games ended up being something that I could rely on, but it's all of these things together that I want to be able to make a living off of.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, I also make these things for fun, like the Fallout radio stuff. That's just something that I'm gonna have fun doing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm honestly gonna have fun doing that shit.
Honestly, me streaming has become my vain attempt to create an audience separate from them.
Yeah.
To find my own branding, because after so long of being treated like I was not who I was, streaming is kind of my... Shut the fuck up. Streaming is kind of me trying to take back my brand and take back who I was. And
when you're a creator, that's honestly one of the best things that you can do. Build an image for yourself, because you never know if the people that you work for are going to end up being atrocious and getting canceled, or if the people you work for are going to fire you, or if the thing that you're doing isn't going to get attention. If you can build up your name in a variety of things, you're going to be much more capable of getting recognized, getting noticed, and getting jobs.
So yeah, if you guys saw me for like the longest time streaming every single day, hours on end, that was me trying to be like, I'm not just this editor. I'm more than an editor. I'm more than...
He's also a bitch.
That's not wrong. But it was my vain attempt to create something of my own.
Okay,
that's something I could be proud of.
This is going to be a hard left turn. Why does it say on your about, Explodicy streams, talk shows and podcasts, and Remnant from the Ashes and Dead by Daylight?
Because that's what I've been streaming a lot of recently.
Is it? Does it just automatically change that stuff?
Yeah, it automatically changes it. I think yours said... Oh, you don't even have yours.
No.
Yeah, if you didn't have anything, yours would be changing to what you have been streaming recently.
Probably Hitman, and random shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's around the point that we should probably end this episode.
Yep. A lot of it was just me ranting about things that didn't matter because, you know, first world problems, but...
Yeah, he's a little bitch.
I'm burning bridges, guys. So
listen, burn the bridges.
Yep, that's kind of what I'm doing at this point.
I'm waiting on the other end with open arms.
All right, let me burn this bridge real quick.
Come here. No. You can't burn it. I got lots of fluids to put that out.
Yeah, so
I got lots of fluids.
So if it comes out that I'm no longer part of affiliate with people I was a part of, then you know,
it happens.
Yeah. Then I got fired and I was let go, and PDW will be rebranded into something else and come to my Twitch. So look forward to that, I guess.
But no, the reason that I was so shocked was because when I saw it, they had your name. I didn't see anybody else's name on it, but your name is there like 3 times, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
How are you gonna treat him like a dick when you're kind of using his name as
They're using me for content. Here's the thing. The best part is PDW is probably one of the most drawing streams that on there.
That honestly, it would be like if you absolutely hated my guts, but you put down in your like about, I stream with Smiling Tiger as Leo Bartholomew Rod on RP and whatnot, and just like every single day that we aren't streaming together, you're just like, I fucking hate you, man. I literally hate. I want you to die.
What do you mean? That's how we are off stream.
Yeah, but
That's how we always are.
I got to where I was.
Like this is friendship
for me.
Like this is a friendship of convenience, not because we want it. We use each other for content. That's how it is. That's how it has been.
I still love it. What do you think about it? Cheetos.
Yeah.
I fucking hate them.
Yeah.
And that's where the friendship started.
Yeah. No, that's just how it's been. I created him and he completes me apparently.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he at least that's how it's always been.
Although my biggest thing besides my pee-pee is
No, that's not that big. A microscope couldn't find it.
I'm aware. Is something you had no part in. Saying, my music video. Oh, fuck yeah. It's now at 55,000.
Just downloads it, slaps it on my channel, slaps my logo on it.
I will say that is something that anybody could fucking do. I'm not saying do it, please don't. But I put my my logo and my name at the end of the music video because I don't want that on the fucking screen. And that takes away from the experience. The same way I don't want to put on those things, like here's another video of mine type thing that they put on like the last 30 seconds of the fucking video. If I did that, it would ruin possibly some of the biggest hits on the video. And so anybody could literally just take it and cut out the last 5 seconds and they're good.
Yeah. And then it's mine.
And I'm pretty sure somebody's done that before. I think I have seen 2 of my music videos stolen by other people. And I'm just like, you whore. You fucking sluts.
Yeah.
You little
but I guess this is the podcast where I've burned my bridges and we'll see what happens. And I've ranted as much as I want, which is usually what this podcast is for. Me ranting about things that bother me. First world problems, everyone.
Yep.
But yeah. I think you close it out, or do I usually close it out?
I opened it, so I sometimes close it.
I don't know.
If I open, do I also close?
What? I think generally.
Fuck it.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming on out to our
stream's not done.
Podcast.
The stream on my end's not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Just saying.
Yes, this is not the end of the stream for Carson. For me, I have a few things. Ooh. First, buddy. Well, I had to put my swords away. I still have one. Yay. I have that there for whenever a game challenges me.
Oh my god.
Anyway, thank you all so much for coming out to I'm stretching. Hold on. Thank you so much for coming out to our podcast. This was episode 8. Carson's I'm having first world problems. I'm a toxic little bitch stream. Remember, we tried to do this every Wednesday. It
goes live on Twitch every Thursday.
Live on Twitch every Wednesday around 2 p.m. is usually what we usually try to do. You can catch it live at twitch.tv/Explodicy for Carson's point of view, or you can go ahead and watch it on mine, twitch.tv/SmilingTiger. It'll also be on Carson's YouTube, youtube.com/Explodicy. But yeah, so you can catch him there at any of the times. He also does PDWs, as we talked about, which is wrestling stuff.
Yep.
Every Thursday at 7 Central or
8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern, yeah, which is 7 Central. So, so definitely check him out there. I do music videos on my YouTube channel and other shit. He does bridge series and random content on his.
Competent.
There. Don't fucking talk to me right now. I'm doing an outro. And I have no idea where I am anymore. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on out. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you all are staying safe. And we will see you all next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.